Hello, everyone, and welcome to CME 610 Data Science in Education. My name is Dr. Bria Ratliff, and I'm excited to spend this semester learning and growing alongside you. But before we jump into the course itself, I just wanted to take a moment to introduce myself. I'm an assistant professor of mathematics education at Alabama A&M, where I work with future teachers and educational leaders spanning early childhood to secondary and our post-secondary programs as well. My background is in mathematics, mathematics education, STEM education, and applied mathematics. My bachelor's degree, in fact, was in mathematics education. My first master's that I pursued was in educational policy and leadership studies, and the second master that I earned is in applied mathematics, and my PhD is in secondary mathematics education. So, my research focuses on culturally sustaining mathematics instruction, equity in mathematics education, collaborative teaching, and supporting culturally and linguistically diverse learners in mathematics classrooms, be that from the perspective of a teacher, an administrator, a community member, or a parent. So much of my work, both now and even when I was teaching as a full-time classroom teacher or being a district or campus administrator or researcher, has always centered around this question, which is how do we create mathematics learning experiences that are rigorous, meaningful, human centered, and equitable? This same question is going to really guide our work together in this course. So, when many people hear that term data science, their mind immediately goes to thinking about coding, algorithms, spreadsheets, and of course, artificial intelligence. And while those tools are certainly a part of our field, this course takes a broader and a more critical perspective. So, we're going to examine how data is collected, interpreted, and visualized specifically in educational spaces and how it's used in educational systems. You're going to be asking deeper questions about power, representation, equity, and decision making. So, for example, whose experiences become visible through the educational data that we use? Whose experiences are ignored or underrepresented? How can data be used to support our communities? And how can it sometimes reinforce inequities? What responsibilities do we have when we're interpreting and communicating the data? So, throughout the semester, we'll explore topics such as educational data sets, statistical reasoning, data visualization, ethics and the democracy of mathematics and algorithmic bias, civic mathematics, and human centered approaches to educational data science. You'll engage with readings, discussions, reflections, data inquiry activities, and a broader civic and democratic data project that's connected to educational or community issues that matter to you. One thing I want to emphasize early on is that this course is really designed to be interactive and definitely reflective. So you're going to, again, think deeply and ask questions, challenge assumptions, and be sure to connect the course ideas to what's happening in your lived experience and your professional space. Since this is an online course, your engagement throughout the week is very important. So please take the time to review course materials carefully and ahead of time and participate in the discussions thoughtfully and make sure that you always stay aware of the deadlines and expectations in Blackboard. I do want you to know that I truly understand that you're balancing work, your families, your research, your leadership responsibilities, and life outside of this course and outside of the program. Doctoral study is certainly demanding. So, first, I want you to give yourself permission to rest as you need it, to communicate what you really need, but also to learn and to grow and to ask questions throughout the process. So it's my hope that by the end of this course, you not only have a stronger knowledge of educational data science, but you'll think differently about the role that data plays in what we do in schools, in school systems, and in society. So I'm excited to begin this journey with you. I thank you for being here, and I look forward to working with each of you this semester. Welcome to CME 610.